You do it.
This thing's simple. Ballin', 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 ballin'. Ay, big dough hanging out the window. Ay, came up ballin' with my kinfolk. Ay, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up on 'em. I'ma hang on the rim, hang on my. Ay, gotta take a photos on the grand shot.
The city of Denver is in full motion tonight as we get set to bring you the action from the Pepsi Center. Hi everyone, time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan. We've got Steve Smith and Greg Anthony along. DA, take it away.
Kevin, thanks very much. Nikola Jokic loves to pass. He said an assist makes two people happy instead of just one.
Sure is. Thanks, DA. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You look at the Lakers. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And, of course, the Nuggets just need to take it a game at a time.
And I think for Denver, that big splash they were hoping for to start the season just never evolved. I mean, they're stuck there in the middle of the pack.
It's not how you start, though. It's how you finish, right? So if they still got time to pull this all together and make some noise as the season goes along.
And now the Lakers starting group. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Booker out there with Wall, and it's Howard in at the 5. And for Denver, the backcourt is Murray and Harris. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. And it's Porter in at the 3. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That is his first foul of the game. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too.
Excellent at drawing contact. When LeBron is looking to score, he makes the D overcommit.
And James drills them both. Murray with it. Really played well against Sacramento in his last outing. And the pass to Jokic. Outside for Murray. Those three-pointers off the mark. And it's Davis with the ball for the Los Angeles Lakers.
And if you're drawing up your starting 5 for team irrational confidence, Jamal Murray makes a strong case. This guy is fearless.
First quarter, just over a minute played. The kick out to Wall. Howard, the pass to Booker. From deep three-point range, James, no good. And Murray, we know, can be streaky, Greg. Still mid-30% for his career from three-point range.
Of course, the degree of difficulty pretty high on a lot of his shots. Off the bounce with the hand in his face. And he's more than a shooter, a versatile scorer who can get it done in a variety of ways.
To the inside. Trying to get open is Davis, and James gets it to go on the assist by Wall.
The power, body control. LeBron finishes through contact as well as anyone we've seen.
Denver's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Porter kicks to Harris. Denver passing it around. Shot clock at 5. Murray against Wall. Count it. Murray's got 5.
Really enjoy seeing Murray operate in these types of situations, just keeping his composure and draining the high-pressure shots.
Shot from a low block. Good as the jump shot falls. He's got 6.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Nuggets. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
Yeah, they got into a terrific flow offensively, but a lot of that was because the defense they were facing was mediocre.
Yeah, it seemed like they got every shot they wanted. I'm sure they wish every game could be that way.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Howard. Kevin Love comes in for Anthony Davis. Ben Simmons, he's checked in for James. And Andrew Wiggins is subbed in for Booker. Morris, no good.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Here's Morris. And no good. And it's the Lakers the other way. This the first chance to take a look at the Nuggets this season.
Yeah, but this is a team they faced and beat in the postseason a year ago. And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Morris looking over the floor. We've got 28 seconds left here in the first quarter. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And just a top-notch free throw shooter this year, all the way up there at 88%.
And the technical free throw is good. Barton outside. Just 5 to shoot. A second chance effort. He lays it in.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
It's Wall with the drive. Harrell dishes the Wall. A 3 from Simmons, and the 3 ball is good.
And that's not Simmons' specialty, but he's confident in his game and definitely expanding his skill set.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Lakers lead by 5. And back in a moment as we'll get... And we caught up before the game with Nikola Jokic, who had a few...
Selfless. I mean, you need to put your pride.
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Denver, Morris is out there with Hampton. Then it's JaMychal Green. Then it's Will Barton. And it's Hartenstein in at the 5 spot.
And the energy of a guy like Montrezl Harrell can rub off on the entire team.
Yes, it can. GA, he plays with a high motor, generates steals, blocks, and deflections. He's active all over the court, and now we're seeing it on the offensive end as well.
For Denver, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. Big group substitution here for Denver. Jokic, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Millsap comes in for Green. Porter's checked in for Will Barton. And it's Jamal Murray in for Hampton. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Howard's checked in for Harrell. Davis comes in for Kevin Love. LeBron's checked in for John Wall. And it's Devin Booker in for Andrew Wiggins.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
And LeBron throws it down.
The defender gets caught in a bad position. LeBron powerful enough to convert through contact. Let's see what he does at the line.
Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know
but,
it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in the team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Porter passes to Jokic. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Jokic just got his first basket of the night.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Here's Davis. Again, Los Angeles.
You see the weight that AD's added to his frame over the years. Now invites contact.
Harris outside. Passes to Millsap. Kicks it to Porter. And stolen by LeBron. And the dunk by James.
Can't do anything about it. LeBron gets a step. Next thing you know, he's hanging off the rim.
A minute 20 left to play in the first half. Pass to Jokic. Back to Murray. And he's good on the three ball. Murray's got 8 points.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Here's Simmons. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist.
And that's a nice pass. The patience of LeBron to let the play develop.
Denver calls timeout.
Yeah, just looking to tighten up their defense in the paint. They've got to be better.
It's a matter of want to. Helping out, contesting shots. You have to want to make the effort.
Will Barton, he's checked in for Paul Millsap. The Lakers also changing it up. Harrell comes in for Dwight Howard. And Wiggins is subbed in for Ben Simmons. Murray against Harrell. Here's Jokic. Porter trying to free himself up. That one's in there. The Lakers' lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Jokic. Booker outside. To the paint. Here's Harrell. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Harris outside. Back to Murray. And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played, it's good.
And Murray's shooting form, exceptional. Whenever the ball is coming off his fingers like that, you just have to assume it's going in.
And the dunk by LeBron.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Here's Murray. He's got 10. Pass to Jokic. Misses the fadeaway jumper.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
And so it's Los Angeles going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production.
Here with Andrew Wiggins.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He ended up with 15 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. It is all happening. And that does it for our halftime show. We now
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. It's been a clinic out there by James.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Taking a look at the Lakers. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. All out there with Booker, and it's Howard in at the 5, roaming the paint. Wall against Murray. The pass to Jokic. In the corner, it's Harris. Now Howard. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. A pass to Wall, and the slam dunk by Wall.
The insane athleticism. Wall really lets it all hang out when he rises up for the alley-oop.
And Murray's got the ball here for the Nuggets. They trail by 14. Next up for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. Sets in motion a 4-game road trip for him. Sinks the three-pointer.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
LeBron drives in, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. James has got 17.
3 straight to begin this half. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Murray, the pass to Millsap. Passes it to Jokic. Second chance shot. Out to Harris. The 3. The Nuggets get it back in a new 14. And Millsap shoots it in.
When you look at Paul Millsap, not the tallest power forward, but has that terrific wingspan.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back 3, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
Man, I love that list. You're right on.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the foul against Denver.
So tough to keep Davis from getting his points. Now he goes to the line where he's been shooting in that 80% range.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Jokic is checked in, and the Lakers also making a switch. Wiggins is checked in.
Because he knows he makes a living at the line, he invites contact and sometimes even initiates it.
Morris into the lane.
Trying to take advantage of soft defense, he might have gotten over-eager.
Loads it up for Davis.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Wall against Morris. Pass to Jokic. And he overshot that one, missing.
You know, not sure if he's playing to the crowd, but no need for the fadeaway on that shot.
And Simmons kicks the Wall. Offline with his 3. The Nuggets trail by 17. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And the wide open shot from Morris. The Nuggets with another miss. Lakers have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. And Davis gets it to go on the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 3 assists in the game. And here is Morris. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. To the wing right side. Here's Jokic. That one's off, still out of sync. And so it's Los Angeles, taking a 19-point lead into the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And don't go away. We'll be... Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. The backcourt is Murray and Harris. And it's Porter in at the small forward. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Millsap lays it up off the glass. Millsap's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Denver. Simmons passes to LeBron. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 4 assists in the game.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Now here's Murray. Jokic finds Porter. Jokic with it, working on Howard. And that one's good, Jokic.
And just paying attention to the details and makes great reads offensively. Jokic is so comfortable with the catch and shoot.
Here's Harrell, and the layup's good off the glass. And the Lakers lead by 19.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Outside, Porter to the inside. Dwight Howard grabs the board.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Floats it up there for Harrell. Millsap with the steal. Harris against Simmons. Here's Jokic. Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big men. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all.
Devin Booker, he's checked in for Wiggins. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers. And, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment, but the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then, but I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
Dwight Howard at the line for 2. And he can't get the first one.
And Howard may be the most physically imposing player in the game today. His strength still sets him apart.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Davis comes in for Montrezl Harrell, and John Wall subbed in for Ben Simmons. Los Angeles leading by 17. Floats it up for James. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And what's amazing to me, how little James has lost athletically.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 19. 1:33 left here in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, LeBron James.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. 1:24 left to play in the final quarter. Dozier passes to Najee. Whistle blows. That's going to be a travel.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
You know what it is, a lack of concentration. That's a momentum killer.
Wiggins is checked in for the Lakers.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Lakers.
Look at their number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for LeBron.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
And that's a foul called on Colin Sexton. That is his first foul of the game. Bol, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Michael Porter comes in for Monte Morris. Ben Simmons, he's checked in for the Lakers. The shot by Hampton with no one around. And another miss by Denver. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Oh, Sexton in position. And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Back to Schroeder. 5 on the clock. Over Hampton. And it's Denver with the rebound. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, you have accomplished so much in this league. How have you sustained it for this long?
You know, it's only a select few. It's not many who make it to this point, and I would never take the game for granted. That's why I try to give everything.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve.
Katrina right there like it's tennis, no cap, 20,000 on the visa. I just pulled up with a diva, she bougie as they be leeching, they say that it's cheaper to keep her, it's cheaper to leave her. Italian linen, I'm clean as a priest. I need no features, no cap when I'm preaching these facts in your speaks. Don't chick a bun on the back of my sneakers. This on my own, just like Ace from the Queen. Street, I still got Ace from the teacher. Stepped out on the floor, I had hate from the bleach. Rain the alarm, it was 2 minutes. I ship it off like a message. Time to heat it up, what's the temperature? For some reason, they all on my cellular. Can't lose, so don't be a competitor. Whipping 392s, not the Teslas. It's a habit hustling on the regular. Ain't know that was your. Like how my neck look like a chandelier. I mean, how my neck look like a chandelier. Drop 2,500 just on some gear. I don't. You know my pill. 10 steps ahead, too far from the real. I slow, but I see that clear. Man above, only man that I feel. Leveled up, we in 2 different tiers. Lost so much just in 2 different years. Yeah, I hide in my bag now.